Hey, hey, hey. Welcome, welcome. If you see that button lit up in red, you're watching the live in action. If you do not see us lit up in red, that is completely okay. You'd be watching replay. Welcome, welcome. Make sure to thumbs up the stream as you come in. We are down in the bedroom, our bedroom downstairs. We are looking at 105 degrees today, so it's much cooler in this room. And yeah, I'm not sure what Mason's up there doing, but we're down here doing the video, so I'm trying to get y'all angled where y'all can see. If the stream freezes up, hopefully it won't freeze up, then go out of the stream, refresh the page, and then come back into the stream. And then we'll try to just go in and delete the stream and come back over on my phone and do the live stream. So just give a few minutes for people to come in. We'll put the monthly membership link into the stream. And yes. Hope everybody's having a blessed day. Happy Labor Day, by the way, to everybody. Okay, let me see if I can go to it. All right. We'll give it a minute or two and we'll go ahead and get started. We'll get started. We're about 2 minutes in. Hopefully everything's going good and it's not froze up. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started and just, if you don't get a chance to catch the live in action, you can always watch replay. It takes the live streams a little bit longer to post and upload than it does regular videos, but that is completely okay. So we are decorating in my happy planner that my husband got me for Christmas this last year. And I had to write in a lot of stuff, reminders, because I just don't always have the sharpest memory. And that way I wouldn't be forgetting things. And I had to write in stuff like, we got some county paperwork and stuff we have to do. Dental appointment. I've got a mammogram coming up on Thursday. And so I wrote down a bunch of stuff. So the decoration might be a little bit harder to do. But we are looking at the 1st of September till the 7th. So Monday to Sunday. Planner decorations live. I do these every Monday around noon. So if you like watching those type of videos, that's great. So our currency page, and it doesn't say, in some planners it does. You got priorities, important, looking ahead, and notes. That's where I put down at the bottom, that's where I put like Bible scripture or something important to me. And I put like birthdays up in important. And I put looking ahead. I just put like fun little reminders or quotes sometimes. Welcome to the first person here. Don't be shy. Feel free to say hello. Hey, Joyce. Hello, how are you doing today? I'm great. I'm downstairs doing the video today, y'all, because it's hot. Like, I'll probably go back upstairs for a little bit, and I might end up back down here. Plus, I got laundry going. It's supposed to be 105 here. Happy Labor Day. How are you doing? Let me show y'all the stickers I'm using and the washi tape. I just thought it would be fun. This one says, let me get it all the way where you can see it. It says, note-taking goals, no problem. Note-taking goals, remember. And it's cute washi tape. I can bring stuff up and show to y'all. Very fun. It's got like a little notepad on it and the page flags and a little planner or book with the ink pen. Oh, it's got the little typewriter on it. So that's good. That's good. How's y'all's weather today? And then we got the flowery one. So, yep. And then here's the stickers. I grabbed both of these. I have two of the same Happy Planner books, so if I'm missing one in one book, I can look at the other one. I just always put sticky notes on what is. I'm just calling this positive sayings and to-dos things because we're using, like it says, make it happen. I'm on my way. Radiate positivity. It says, you're number one of kind. You're a peach. Say nice things. Amazing. It was just, I felt like just the week was rough last week. A reminder for myself, the positive type things with the type of bubbles and stuff. And then I paired it with these, this is the Get It All Done, Do All the Things, Planner Basics. And it's got tons of different stickers in here. A lot of them I'm done used. But you got food emojis and reminders. You got coffee cups and water reminders. You just got tons of stickers. Laundry, payday, what's for dinner. There's just so much. Weekend. So I thought these would be fun to decorate with. So we're going to go ahead and start with the tape on there. And I'm just going to put a basic jumbo paper clip. I use the jumbo paper clips, especially when I got to keep paperwork. Right now I've got paperwork from the referral for the mammogram. I've got paperwork from county that I don't want to be putting in other places because I'll forget where it gets put up at and it'll get lost. So I put all my papers in the paper clip and then I slide it onto the planner. Welcome to the second person. Don't be shy. Feel free to say hello. Come on in. And then that come from this one right here come from the best sticker book ever, Good Vibes edition, 2,218 paper and foil stickers. They're really, really cute stickers. And you get so many different cute ones, you know. It was warm, but we have cold front coming through and the temperature are supposed to drop. Yeah, that's how we are. We're looking at a bunch of hot weather, but it's supposed to be cooling that down here pretty soon. So I'm hoping this hot weather is really messing up my skin and just, yeah, letters. That one's cute. So yeah, y'all, we're going to start with a tape and I'm just going to run this one across. This one's just flowers. I did drop the monthly membership link for anybody that wants to join the channel. And I mentioned even if there's only, like you're the only one in here right now, but for people that come in or just peep in, watch, you know, if you catch the replay. I didn't post until about, it was probably about 10 this morning. I meant to make a post last night, but we went down to the park in Merced. There's like a bike trail park that my boys like to ride on. And we took Jade. I did do a video of that. And if y'all want me to, I can drop a link to us if you ain't got a chance to see that video yet and you would like to. I did drop a link to that. Welcome to the 4 people here. Make sure to thumbs up the stream and say hello. Let us know where you're visiting from and how your weather is. And I'm saying happy Labor Day to each and every one of y'all. My husband's off work for the company, but he's doing a side job for a guy here in a town called, I want to say Dulce Palace. I might be pronouncing it wrong because I don't always pronounce cities and certain words correct. But I think it's Dulce Palace is where they're talking about. Can y'all hear and see me okay? Make sure to throw some hearts or thumbs up emojis. Lisa, hey, welcome. Make sure to thumbs up the stream, Lisa. Welcome. So let's cut the edges off. How's your day going? Happy Labor Day to you as well. There's a lot of people off. everything's, I think, closed down, which I didn't realize the banks were closed. I knew like certain offices and stuff were closed, but I didn't realize the banks. I think Joyce used the one to remind me of that. So like I didn't realize it was though. But yeah, so if the stream acts funny, you go out of the stream, close everything out, refresh the page, and come back in because we are in a different spot of the trailer. Hopefully it won't. It's going okay. It's hot. Yes, it is, Lisa. It definitely is. It's hot here too. It's supposed to be 105. Y'all make sure to thumbs up the stream though. There's 4 people watching, 2 people here in the stream. We are gonna just try to build on this channel, and we're almost got the watch hours we need. But yeah, it's gonna be like 105 here today. So we're gonna use a happy hole puncher and do our hole punching. And I'm down here because it's hotter. I could do it upstairs, but over by my desk, you're right there at the window. So it really, really, like the sun beaming in the window. I need to get the blackout type of curtains to put on my windows at some point. I haven't done that yet, but I need to look into doing that. Happy Labor Day to you too. So it says we got 3 people watching and 3 likes. We should always have the same amount of likes as we have people watching. I don't never get that one, but that's okay. Oh, let's see. Okay. Sometimes the pages can be a little bit hard to get in there. Thank you for the second like. Tell your mom and Chris said hey. Okay, I sure will. My mom was supposed to be coming down today, but she's missing her little fur baby. And just so y'all know, some of you may know, some of you may not. Joyce, thank you for the prayers. Everybody that prayed. Echo was a long-haired teacup chihuahua. Echo was probably right at about 12, 13 years of age. And there wasn't going to be hi, Sean, welcome. There wasn't going to be a whole lot they could do for her. And they checked her out really good. She was stable, but the vet doctor said that she probably wouldn't have made it but another day or 2. I think a lot of hers was not just her health in general. I think a lot of it was because she was an older dog. It's been good. Make sure to thumbs up the stream for me, Sean. Make sure to thumbs up the stream. Welcome. We're doing our planner decoration live. That's my grocery list. I'm going to put these back in there, and I can put the other tapes on. I'll hold this up and show that to you. I got a lot of things coming up this week, y'all. Like, I've got 2 reminders to myself. Make sure county paper's signed and mailed back out on the 5th. I got to set up transportation because I don't drive, so I do use like Lyft and Uber and stuff like that when I go down to appointments. But I have a dental appointment on Friday at 9:30. I have a mammogram scheduled for Thursday. Wednesday, Mason's still doing youth group. Praise God, my pastor's taking over youth group class until we find a new youth group leader. So the middle school and the high schoolers do youth group on Tuesday nights because that was something he really enjoyed. And yeah, we ain't got really a lot of plans other than that. But man, oh man, I'm just like, whoo. Thank you. What link is that, Sean? Is that your link or is that my join the channel link? If y'all can drop your own links if you do content or you got other links you want. I don't know how many people know that. Most people do. A lot of people don't. You can drop links from like Facebook or Instagram. You can still drop those type of links in a YouTube stream. It doesn't necessarily mean it's got to be a YouTuber doing videos. If you got something you want to share, as long as it's Christian and it's not inappropriate, you feel more free to drop it. Oh, okay. Thank you, Sean. I was just making sure I didn't know. Thank you. My memberships, y'all, were 4 monthly memberships. There's $1.99 is level 1. Level 2 is $2.99. Level 3 is $4.99. And level 4 is $7.99. With all 4 of my levels, you have perks. The perks go up more and more on each level, like early access to videos, shout outs, photos beside your little profile and your membership. There's going to be tons and tons more giveaways, different things like that. YouTube theirself adds in features after we hit a certain amount. Like I have 5 monthly members now, and when I get to 8, there's special features and stuff that can be added. Like you can come up into the live with me on the board and be your photo and everything seen and be chatting that way. I don't know if I can already do that or not. I need to check. But there's a bunch of cool perks to it. So we're going to do this one at the bottom of the page. Sometimes I got to come up a little closer. You remind me to put membership link and drop. So, oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's right. I did. You have to excuse me, Sean. I'm getting my brain's been all over the place. I know sometimes you drop your link too. I had a kind of, not really a bad breakdown, but kind of emotional breakdown because I got the dates mixed up with church, thinking church was in the park, and it was actually just a regular church day. So I just get things confused real easily. I don't mean to do that, but I do. I'm just putting this in random places, y'all. Put it at the top and the bottom. Do the same thing with the flowers. Kind of alternate it. Thank you, Sean, for dropping the link, though, and helping us. And there's also super thanks and gifts, y'all. Super thanks is different dollar amounts where you can just, all of it shows up if you're ever curious in the description. You click the down arrow, and beside the comments section, you'll see a little emoji face. You'll see a little money symbol, and you'll see a plus sign and hearts. You can do anything. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. You too, Lisa. Have a blessed day. Okay, so let's do this one in between, then I'm going to hold it up and show y'all. I'm not worried about if I get it in neatly this week. I'm not real picky about a planner ever since I started doing planners, about getting the, some planner girls are, and a lot of us ain't, about getting the stickers perfectly the way they should be. Just for the simple fact, like, sometimes I have to use white out something, go back in and write it. You too, Crystal. Be blessed, Lisa. Hope you have a good day. Stay out of the heat if you can, honey. It's hot. You know. So let me show you the stickers we're using. Let me show y'all this first. Okay, 5 people here and 3 likes. Welcome, welcome. See, I just kind of, I don't put washi tape at the top because the way the lines are there at the top. But you got all my writing stuff you see, okay? We're coming a little closer. Now I'll kind of hold it. We're going to use some of these stickers. This one I'm going to put over where it says, looking ahead, say nice things. Because that's a reminder to sometimes when we're not feeling good or life's hard, we're not always being polite to ourselves. We're not being polite to others. This is a reminder for me, you know. Treat people with kindness. That's a good one. Stay positive. Stay positive. There we go. And I will hold this up much y'all see. I don't want to put too many stickers because I do want to have my write-in room. I like the wow. I think the wow is cute in its colors. So I'm going to put a couple at the top and then figure out where to put them. The camera's fun. Thank you for the hearts, ladies and gentlemen. Shine. Happy vibes. Sometimes you have to remind yourself stuff like this when you got, whether it's grief or finances or anything, relationship struggles or whatever it may be. Make it happen. Like Sean said. Sean said you can do anything you set your mind to. Make it happen. That's what that saying reminds me of. In a world where you can do anything, choose to be kind. I think that's so important. Okay. So let's put this down there. I'm going to put that one at the top. I feel like that's a good thing for all of us. So we're 19 minutes in. But just... Shine's going to go down by Sunday for church. I I was so upset though. Y'all should see me. And it was, there's nothing wrong with me. I go to the doctor regularly. I asked her about it because I was like, my memory gets fogged. Sometimes I'll be doing something and my train thought or process will go on a complete different thing. And she said, Crystal, she's like, with your periods of Mother Nature and stuff changing, you're in those pre-stages and your hormone levels are up and down. So that causes things to be clouded. She told me it was completely normal, but for me, it makes me feel like I'm kind of going a little loony. So I ain't always a big fan of that, you know. I was like, wow, down here. There's 3 likes and 0 people watching. Who's still with me? Throw me some hearts. Who's still with me? Who is still with me? Throw me some hearts. I don't know who's still with me and who's left. That's showing the 0 people here. Went back up to 1 person here. Who's still with me? Throw me some hearts and likes. Let me know. Let me know. Here's what I done with the stickers, though. That's probably going to be all I put in. I'll keep that page if I want to add in. Sometimes I'll add in after I do all my writing. And then I'm going to start using some of these ones. If we do our grocery shopping, we'll do it tomorrow. While Mason's at youth group a lot of times. That's easier. Later. Bye, Sean. Let me know who's still with me. I'll put that in on for Tuesday. I'm going to put one of these dehydrators to remind you to drink water and stuff. You just put a check in there. It says hydrate. Does it? Yeah, Joyce. Oh my God, I lost because it was like I knew the whole time. Okay, the cookout thing, Church in the Park's not till September. Somehow I looked at my calendar and I was telling myself it was this Sunday, and I had switched the months, and I was like, how did I do that? And then I walked in Chris's room and I was like, he had brought a burrito home from work, and I was like, honey, do you want me to throw this away? And literally, like, as quick as I asked him that, I didn't even go back to the microwave to throw it away. I completely forgot. And I'm thinking, is something wrong with me? Is that age? Because, like, it didn't feel normal, you know? So I was stressed out. Oh, my God, I was stressed out. I just had to remind myself to relax. It was okay, you know? Thanks for letting me know, Joyce. But, yeah, it was not a good day. It was a rough day. It had been a rough week, so I think that's why my brain got on overload. Mom losing her fur baby. Then we're using only one AC and Mason's floor fan. We try to use the AC by the front door, but every time we do, it flips the breaker, and the breaker shuts down Mason's bedroom. It shuts down the refrigerator. I guess to get the plumbing and get the whole panel in the back redone, you're looking at a couple $1,000, which we don't have. And my landlord's not going to, I don't want to say anything judgmental, but I don't see him coming up with that type of money to address something like that. So it's just like, oh my God. Like, I was like, wow, everything that had been going on, and then that, Put the water drinker beside it to drink water. It's so cute, I think, with a little heart in it. And Happy Planner sticker books are a little bit more expensive than they're a little bit more expensive than the regular ones, because they're good sticker books. Like this has got lazy. I'm going to put lazy weekend. Use the pink one in pink. Or use the one in green since I got a lot of pink in there. So, put it. Where do I want to put it? I feel like the weekend for me starts on a Friday, but we're going to put it right here on. Let me move this sticker over a little bit. Down here. Over top of the washi tape. And then I'll hold this up and show y'all in just a minute too. And then I messaged one of the ladies at church, me and Jessica. I had took a picture of an event we had for church. And I made print offs a few months ago, and she messaged me like, Crystal, can you bring the picture to church? Because I keep telling her, Jessica, remind me I have a picture for you. And sure enough, like, I completely forgot that, like, because by the time I went down there and we went checking, I was like, wait a minute, there's no one at the park. Like, literally, I was like, okay, like, you know. And it was already going on about 10 o'clock because they were doing church service an hour later. I didn't want to walk in towards the end of the service. I felt like that was kind of disrespectful to walk in and go ahead and sit down. So I was like, no, we'll just go back home. I can watch the stream online, which the stream online was echoing a little bit. So I left it alone. But yeah, it was crazy, y'all. But these are cute stickers. We are 25 minutes in. These are like step counters when you work out. We do walk. You don't have to use it, or if you want to check your weight, you can track how many steps you take. I don't really use graph for those much. People's like work time for work schedule. These are really good stickers. Flights, it gives you on the flight, airline number, departs, and arrives, because sometimes they'll give you both things. Hello, welcome, Tornado Streams. Hello. Make sure to like the stream. How are you doing? Welcome. But they give you to go priorities, to buy, to do, today kind of stickers over here. Doctor appointments. See, I should have used those to write because they're pretty and cute. Appointments, lunch date, shopping, binge watch, church, family time, family day, me time. I look at my other one because some of the ones I'm looking for are missing. But so busy. If you want to use so busy, be productive. We all go through stages like that when we hit our 40s. Even men go through the same things we do. Yeah, see, I guess for me, like, I knew things were coming to us, but I guess because I'm not real educated when it comes to like health and medical, so I really wasn't expecting stuff. And I feel like you're just living life, you know. Mason growing up, and now he's in high school. I realized once I hit 40, I didn't really start thinking about things. And then that's what Lorena was saying, you know. Typically, you start seeing a lot of the changes with your memory, the way you do things, even your energy level. And not all women, I guess, go through menopause in 40s. But she said for me, I'm not in the full menopause stage yet. I'm in there's a new thing I heard called perimenopause, whatever that is. I think that's like pre-menopause stages. But I guess where I do have high anxiety and I get really nervous, like I overthink things. And I know that's not a good way to be. So I have to learn to tell myself, calm down, breathe, you know, like, because good gracious mighty alive, like, I wasn't expecting, like, feel away. I didn't even use these. I could have. I should have. I didn't use any of those. Let's pull from this one. It scared me a little bit because, like, I've always wrote stuff down. I think even when I was a kid, you know, in school, I'd take little notes, try to write things down because I feel like that's a good way to remember and keep up with things. I've never been one that could draw or been crafty when it comes to painting. And I know Kylie's really good at drawing. Mason draws really good. But I was never like that. But I always enjoyed little reminders. You know, someone says, hey, I like that shirt. Where'd you get it from? You know, or if like they give you a card or a phone number. But I thought, well, man, if I'm writing everything down, I'm still getting like this. Am I losing my senses? Or, you know, what the world's going on with me? And I think that's what hit me the most is because of the fact I had it wrote down in my planner. I had the bulletin. They give you like a little bulletin of what's going on at church on Sundays. And I seen it right there in front of me. And I still somehow like mixed it up in my mind. I was like, whoa, you know. So it was freaky. It was weird. I don't know. I wouldn't want to feel like that again. Or I'm going to use one of these priorities to cover up over here. But It's crazy. I think I can't remember, but I think you were the one that was telling me my first monthly cycle. I wasn't panicked, but I wasn't real sure what to think. Like I was kind of freaked out a little bit. I wasn't real sure about it, even though I knew that females, I had heard and knew that, hey, a woman goes through that and it's going to happen every month now. I wasn't real sure how to handle it, for a little bit. I thought I had some dinner stickers, and that's the one I'm looking for, y'all. And I don't know if I do or don't. I thought I did. I knew I had some somewhere. I might have bypassed them from Yip Yappity. And here we go. We're going to use some of those. These are cute, I think. And it says, what's for dinner? We always figure out what we want to do for dinner. Well, a lot of our meals will be like, one day we did cold shrimp, and we picked up like a macaroni salad, and we did like little side sandwiches. Another day we did a roast instead of using the stove, and I did a video cleaning and shared that with y'all, and I set it up in the crock pot. Can y'all still hear me and see me okay? Throw me some thumbs up and hearts. If you can, let me know. Put this down in there. Who's here still with me? Let me know. Putting these what's for dinner stickers. I like my planner to look full. A lot of weeks I don't fill it up and then I feel bad. And I'm just kind of putting over the washi tape. It's okay. You can still see it in places. Down at the bottom there, if you can see the little squares. Can y'all still see and hear me? Let me know, please, and thank you. So we are at 32 minutes in. I'll drop the monthly membership link again. I think Sean's already left. Sean, are you still here with me? Or he might have already left. Oh, yeah. See, I kind of remembered. I don't remember every little thing. Like, now I'm fine with it. But, like, I think the first time I had ever done anything, back when me and Lee were together, I was not necessarily freaked out, but I felt kind of odd. It was like my body felt, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I was like, huh? Like I didn't feel right. And I kind of questioned, like, this normal? Does it feel this way? I don't know. I've always been that person. Like, and I always pray and spend time with God and talk to people. And I talk to like therapy and stuff like that and ask them, like, is this a normal thing? And I guess for me, they say because I have higher anxiety and a nervous person, it's just typical that I do that. Okay. I'm just making sure because it does freeze up a lot of times when we're down here. But I was just like, man, oh man, like, my body gonna go through things like that? And Kim uses the word, and I can't pronounce it. Sister Kim, hypochondriac. And I know I'm not pronouncing that word right, so y'all don't come at me, give me a hard time. But it's like where you overthink things and you analyze things. That's the word she calls me and uses me. She don't do it from a mean place. She does it joking, but that's what she calls me sometimes. Because sometimes, like, she knows how I get, But that is me, y'all. That is me all day long. So, I feel like I should put something on these blocks right here. Let me show you what I've done so far. There's what I've done in there so far. And I've got my other new planner I haven't been using a lot. I need to be using it and grabbing it some, but I really don't grab it a whole lot and use it. I need to. I'll use some of these little star type things on some of them. Not even all, just some. They're little ones to grab. Little tiny stickers. Some days I want to do, or weeks I want to do more stickers. Some weeks I don't want to do as many stickers. Sorry, last week I didn't upload. I found my Sony camera, and it's a Pixar shot or something like that, but I ended up misplacing my cord. It's probably somewhere around this trailer. So Chris said they looked on online, and we were going to go in the store and pick it up, but I guess it's not one of those type of cords because of the way the charger part is. You can go in a store and buy, so you can order it online, and it'd take me about a week to get it. So I'm excited about that because it'll be easier for me to use the camera to record with and just merge the videos to the platform instead of using my phone. My phone does take up storage space a lot of times. So, but I don't mind it, you know. I just these phones were not as great as our last ones were. They're supposed to be an upgrade from my last Android, and it's just been crazy as heck. Chris said we're just going to ride it out because we'll be coming up for an upgrade probably at the beginning part of the year. They do. I don't know what it is for the iPhones. I've never carried one, but I know for the Androids, it's like probably about every, I want to say about every year and a half, every 2 years, they do an upgrade. Like I have the Rebel Pro 5, and then there's a step down from that, then another step down from that. They do upgrades on each like brand, and these were supposed to be better, but the sound sometimes, the quality, I thought, ugh. But, you know, I'm not going to stress over anything. I just make the best. I've been trying to learn to put my phone away and not use my phone as much and grab my phone. Because I don't have the energy to want to stress over being on the phone all day, you know. Which I'm not on the phone all day, but I have days where I sit and watch stuff on my phone. And you see, that's cute. It looks a little different. Okay, so let's do the store again. Okay, we'll do the star. That's probably all I'm gonna do in here. So I'll come back and write in birthdays for the month of September, and at the top part. In the middle, I'll just write, like, I write fun quotes or sometimes just sayings, little reminders. Here I keep up with stuff like set up transportation for appointments and just, you know, to-dos when I run out of writing room for the week. And then my appointments and stuff, it looks a little cluttered because I do have a busier type week. So, yeah. Then you have the month of September. I don't typically do these with y'all. If y'all would like me to do these with y'all, let me know. Because they're just a real fast and easy part to decorate. But this is the monthly, and you know, I kind of fill it in with stickers. Typically I go for if like there's a holiday, like I know fall, the first day of fall is the 22nd. So I just went with a fall theme. And then if you go to the currency page, I kind of done the same thing. You know, and up here you just got to-dos and important. I wrote Church in the Park where I messed it up, and I did it for the 28th of September. And then I do birthdays over here. Down here, I do a review of the month. What is a review for the month? If you're curious, that's where I just write down different little things, good and bad, just depending on if it's like an area I need to work on, like got well put in. And guys come out and tested water, nitron fountain water, come back a month later, you know, put in a filter. And that's just things, because my memory's not as sharp as it used to be. It's things I can go back and look on when I need to feel like, sometimes I can flip through picture books or journals, and it's just a reminder like, oh, that happened such and such. And, you know, it's just a good way for me to keep up with things. And so that's what I did in there. I'm going to put my paper clip in here. I'll move this thing to the right day of the week. I ain't got my paperwork down here because, I mean, I don't think anybody would care or mind, but there's phone numbers and addresses, and I don't share. I mean, I don't care if you say, like, what time or write down appointment and who it's with. I don't share, like, a lot of detailed personal information. And it's got my personal information, like my Social Security numbers and stuff like that on my paperwork upstairs. So I just took it out and left it upstairs. But yes, we got about 20 minutes, so we'll just chit chat. If y'all would like, because I try to get that hour in. That's what helps the stream a lot. So, anybody got any plans because it being Labor Day? Anybody got any plans for Labor Day? Like, I know for us, we're not doing anything. Like I said, my husband is home from work. He's home from work, but he is working a side job, even though he's home from work, because he works for a company. He's an electrician, but he also works for himself. So when he needs extra cash or money, he'll go do a side job. And there's a guy in Dulce Palace that he's doing a job for. And he does a little work here and there for him because the guy's older. He's up in his 70s. He does work for him. So, and then I think we're going to go by the store. I think we're going to just do burgers. We're going to do just basic burgers and French fries tonight for dinner. Probably instead of running the oven because it does get so hot and it's going to be 105 day. I think by they said anywhere from 3 to 6 p.m. It's supposed to get all the way up to about 103. So I think we're just going to use the stovetop burner and it still gets hot, but I don't feel like it gets as hot as the oven. We're going to just do pan fry some burgers, and then I guess French fries you'll have to put in the oven, but I might not even do French fries. I might do like a bag of potato chips or something to keep from even turning the oven on. So, yes, sitting around and doing some cleaning. Yeah, and I remember you told me, Joyce, you don't go out on Labor Day. It's crazy out there, here on our street, and it's not a real busy street. I think they got a sign up that says you're supposed to go no faster than 40 miles. But some of these younger ones, they fly up and down these roads. And we're talking there's kids, sometimes there's people, out walking with their fur babies. I mean, they swim up and down this street like you. So Mason a lot of times will ask, he's got a little motorized bicycle. He'll ask to ride it. And he's not allowed to go outside of the space I can see him. I'll let him ride in the yard, but he ain't allowed to ride if Chris is not home. Like if we're both here and I can go out and sit with him, or Chris can go outside and sit, we'll let him ride all the way down to the stop sign and back. But if it's just one of us, he doesn't even really get to ride because I don't want to take no chances. People do drive crazy. They do drive crazy. So. And that's just, I don't know, that's just a fact of it. I think you wouldn't think it should be that way, but it is. I know for us, though, no plans today. I think for the rest of the week, Tuesday, it'd just be, Mason does youth group at 6 p.m. to 7:30, and that's supposed to be with Pastor John. But I don't know. I've seen Val at church. I know Pal's getting ready to start a new church. Wednesday, we don't really do nothing. We typically do dinner at home. I do put the trash cans out because we have recycling, yard waste, and then regular trash service because they pick up the trash. Thursday, I have an appointment for the mammogram, and then Friday I go down to dental. In my dental office, instead of being here in Atwater, I have to go to Merced to see the dentist there. Yeah, a roast is really good. I feel like a crock pot, when you told me you and Renee come up with the idea of doing crock pot meals, I feel like that's just a better way to go, especially when you're not wanting to spend a majority of your day in the kitchen preparing a meal. You kind of put everything together, get all the ingredients together, put it in the crock pot, turn the crock pot on, and let the crock pot do its thing, Sometimes that's just easier. And man, oh man, Joyce, I was looking at something online. Somebody had posted on Facebook, and they have some amazing, absolutely amazing crock pot meals. They do a chili cook-off at our church, and a lot of the ladies and men, they make different types of chilies, and there's like 3 winners. They give them little gift baskets or gift cards and things. I think they do a first, second, and third place, but it's just so much easier sometimes, and less cleanup too, because if you don't want to have to worry about dirtying up a lot of dishes, you can just put the whole crock pot, take the glass part out of the crock pot, and you can just stick it in the fridge, like less cleanup. That's a good idea, though. It sounds good, too. That's what we did the other night. That was another stupid thing I did, though. Yeah, it's way less to clean. I thought that I had a roast in the freezer, and Chris must have bought a pack of ribs, and I thought the stupid thing was a roast. And of course, I had to go back to the store because I had already picked up potatoes and carrots and the onion. I had to go back to the store and get the roast because I'm like, why do I think the ribs were a roast? So little things I'm just like, oh, what's... Like, I asked myself, what is wrong with you? What are you talking about? That is not a roast. That was ribs. But yeah, today's just going to be a really laid back day, a peaceful day, because of the way yesterday I just felt. I'm not sure. I think I got an appointment coming up sometime with a dermatologist this month. He's wanting to put me on birth control because there's a pill called Agatane. It's like a clinical trial that you take for 6 months. And it's supposed to really, really clear up, especially the cysts, like knots type places I get, and supposed to make it better. But I don't know if I don't know, Joyce. I don't know how I feel about going on birth control at 40. Like, I could see, and I hope I ain't sharing too much. And me and Chris both, like, because we have so much going on and my health and stuff, we're not like that all the time. I mean, we occasionally do, but I asked my doctor, I said, if I'm not like that on a regular basis, is it important that I still take birth control? Because, like, I remember back in the day, some birth controls were no good. Like, I had to take 3 or 4 different ones when I was pregnant with Kylie. Or not pregnant, was it before I got pregnant with Kylie? Not when I was pregnant with her, before. And after, I think. Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that. But yeah, man, oh man, it just... My dermatologist talks like, oh yeah, it's completely normal, and it's changed a lot. There's not as many side effects, and he had me fill out some paperwork, and I was like, we'll have to run labs, every month to make sure you're not pregnant. And so I done told him, like, Thomas, his name's Thomas Dow. I said, Thomas, there's no way in a million years I'm trying to have any more children. I'm telling you, like, but I don't know. Like, I'll have to wait. I'll have to talk to Kim and just a few other people and see if that's a good choice for me, because I'm not really sure if I feel like the whole birth control thing to be able to take another pill that he wants me to take. But yeah, mom's texting me. She's got a list. It's weird. Kim gets my mom's text messages, but she doesn't get the picture text. So if Mama tries to send a picture text, and Mama has an iPhone. She has like the Pro Max, I think 15 or something. And so it's weird that Kim carries an iPhone. It's weird that Mom has to send her photos to my phone, and then I have to send her photos to come to me from my Android to Kim's phone, and Kim gets them. I'm not sure. It's really, really weird. I'm like, I wonder why she don't get your photos. Internet's interesting how all the glitches and all the stuff works. Really, really interesting. But yeah, I hope y'all were all blessed. And if you do go out, anybody that is going out, I know some people have to, maybe for work, or they choose to go out and kind of celebrate Labor Day. Maybe you're hanging out with friends or loved ones. Please be safe out there. Please be careful. Be respectful, too. There's probably going to be a lot of traffic, even though banks and stores and stuff like that, most of them will be closed down. I feel like there's probably still going to be a lot of traffic, because I know here, like a lot of our neighbors, they celebrate Labor's Day. They do, a lot of the family comes over here and they do big cookouts and stuff. I don't think I would want to do all that, but a lot of people do like doing it. So that sounds really good because I've been looking at, I don't know why I'm going to keep itching my shoulder. I've been looking at some different meal type things to do because I've been cooking a little bit more, y'all. Boy, y'all better say a prayer for me. I ain't joking. I ain't put myself down, but I'm dangerous in the kitchen. I've literally blew up 2 microwaves. One time I left a fork in the microwave and it started making a zing, zing, zing noise. And I thought, oh God, that's weird. Sparking a little bit. And I tore it. And I can't remember what I done in the second microwave. One time I left a pan on the burner and I got off doing something. I never did think about it again. And I thought I turned the oven off, but it must have been on like really, really super low. Because I woke up and there was a hole all the way through the pan, and you see the burner like that orange looking color. And I thought, oh my goodness, I literally burnt a hole straight through the pan. So I'm just really, really precautious when I'm in the kitchen doing anything. I guess God gives some of us gifts, and some of us, we ain't supposed to be able to do all those things because I haven't never been really, really good at doing things. But Chris being a little bit older and he works a lot, you know, he doesn't always want to have to go in the kitchen and fix meals. So I try to do things. I think that's why the crock pot meals are probably easier. I mean, y'all ain't looking at cold sores too. Every time the season changes, and I don't know what it is, every time the season starts changing, we ain't out of hot weather yet and went into cooler weather, but when it starts changing, I get cold sores. And they're painful. I'm using Blistex. I might need to go get, I think it's Abrevia. I might have to go pick up some of that and try it if the Blistex doesn't work. But yeah. Welcome to the second person here. Hello. Say hey. Warshy and Coffee. She might have not seen the link to where, or she might be busy. She might have not seen the link to where I told her was going to be going live because I didn't do it. I'm sorry, y'all. I got to get better about posting the links to when I'm doing videos. That's the early access to videos. Sometimes you can't always, though, if you're in the middle of stuff. And somebody asked me on my channel, this has been about a week or so ago, could I record videos like when I go down for appointments and like I'm in with the doctor, and the way it works down at our clinic, you probably could do it. I wouldn't do it and try to get away with it. Like I can record, but I typically don't if there's a lot of people in the waiting room because a lot of people are trying to rest or sit and talk with loved ones. Once you get back there with the nurse and she checks your weight and she checks your pulse and then she puts you into a room to come in and talk to you, they have all kinds of signs and pictures up on the doors and on the walls. Please do not record or take photos, that you could get in trouble for that. And I just don't see the point in sharing me being in and what's being said. I feel like that's more personal. If it's something I want to ask questions about or I want to share with somebody, I can. But I don't feel like that feels like a normal thing to me to share how my health stuff and my appointment, especially like when I'm in with the doctor and doing stuff. Some people and I've seen videos where they find ways around it and they share stuff like that, but that typically wouldn't be a video. So I would just go ahead and throw it out there in case that person does see the channel again. That wouldn't be a type of video I would share with y'all. I might do a video and say, hey guys, I'm down here at Castle Clinic. I'm getting ready to get checked in, but I'm never going to share a video of me being back there with the doctor and like they were pretty much asking for it. I mean, that's just kind of weird, you know. And no judgment towards anybody that does do it that way. If that's what you prefer, that's fine. But for me, I don't know. I'm not okay with that, I guess you can say. So we're at about 54 minutes in. We got about 5-6 minutes to go. Let me look and tell y'all because I need to see where my watch hours are. Anyways, let's see. I need to check those and see where we are with them. Can y'all still hear me and see me okay? So I have to calculate. I'm down to 792 watch hours to be able to have the watch ads, which is another way YouTube pays on the platform. That is good. Yeah, some people like I've watched channels before. I'm the type of person like I love TV, but I try not to be glued in front of the TV. I can't just sit all day and watch TV. But I like drama type of movies. I love movies of like faith or that tell a story based off of books a lot of times. Like back in the day there was a book, Three Men and the Little Woman, three Little Women or something. And it's a big old thick book. But there's a lot of different cute stories. The Black Beauty, there's a book and there's the movie, and that's a really beautiful movie. The movie Heidi, it's an older movie. It's a good movie though. I like it a lot. I like a lot of older type. I can watch a newer type show or movie. I was watching a show, Joyce, that was called Everwood. Here's what got me. I got all the way up to 4 seasons, and I would just watch it on and off when I had time and wouldn't do anything. Then they started changing things up. One girl's working at this clinic, and she's not sure how to think. The doctor, he's like not agreeing with the choices she's getting ready to make. The son's about to come out of the closet. And I mean, I don't have no problem with anybody on their opinions or their choices, but it's like, don't change up the show from the natural normal just because you're running out of ideas on the show. Just that's what me and Chris was talking about that. Then that's just when you just go ahead and cut it. You go ahead. I'm done. I'm not making any more seasons. When they start making seasons and episodes, and you can tell they've done run out of ideas, and they start throwing in all these oddball things that doesn't even look like it's supposed to fit, or it don't even make the show interesting. I was like, oh my God. Because it was a really good show. It's about an older doctor, and then there's a younger guy, and he goes through a divorce. He loses his wife. He moves down to a little mountain city. He starts working with people. He's really, really like genius smart, I guess, as far as being a doctor and a surgeon. But then they just started changing it up too much. They started getting really, really weird with the show. It didn't start happening. You didn't start seeing the change until about season 4, you know? And I noticed a lot of movies and TV shows, not all, but a lot of them use GD. They want to use nudity. They want to use foul language. They want to put stuff in there that don't even make sense. You know, like people with the weed junk. And it's just like, why? You know, if you're going to make a movie that's going to be that way and that's going to be what somebody wants to watch, it's got all that and that's a person's cup of tea, then just strictly go ahead at the beginning and let people know that most of the movie's going to be drug, foul language, pretty much at the beginning before a person clicks on. I do too, because like you're so excited for the show, you're like waiting to see how the show's going to end or what's going to go on, and bam, they throw in something and you're like, she wasn't supposed to hook up with him, or they're not supposed to be considering going down and finding out the kid's not right, you know. And it's all these like oddball stuff, and then I completely lost interest in the show because they did such a drastic change that they could have easily just said, okay, dad's moved on, you know, son's unhappy, and then kind of ended the show and not made any more seasons. And I'd have been like, okay, it didn't have the greatest ending, but it ended weird. I would have been okay with that. But because they had to go and try to add in so they could keep adding on to the show, I was like, oh man, that's crazy. That is crazy. Now my husband, bless his heart, you know, he'll watch a little bit of everything. He was watching some guy on YouTube. He does this thing. It's called 25 Facts, and he talks about all the facts of life. But he talks so fast. He's like me. He talks really fast. So he's like, what is he saying? How does he saying it? He talks really super fast. But yes, but yeah, I'm blessed and I'm thankful. Thank you, Joyce, for keeping Mom in her prayers. She said thank you too for her little fur baby. She was kind of missing her this morning. She said that's the one thing brought her joy. But I mean, it absolutely is unfair when we as humans, and it doesn't happen a lot. It does happen some. We try to hold on to them, and they can't say, I'm hurting, I'm in pain. It's better to go ahead and have them put to sleep if there's not a whole lot vets tell you they can do, and you see that the animal's not eating and drinking. That was the first biggest sign with our cat, Spooky, that and the sad part is we tried too long to fight it, to keep going for vet appointments, and it just, they can't tell you, they can't say, hey, I'm hurting, I'm in pain. So we're trying to get Mom to realize that she did make the right decision. It wasn't a bad decision. It was a good decision, because even the vet doctor said she even if Mom wouldn't have put her to sleep, she would have ended up losing Echo within a day or two. And that would have been something Mom would have experienced and watched. Kim got her a real pretty urinal type thing. Or not urinal. Urine. I'm sorry, not urinal. Urine. She got a real pretty urine type thing for her ashes because they're having her cremated. We just bury our animals in the yard. But yes. I'm going to jump off here. I hope y'all have a blessed day. Joyce, I'll catch up with you in a day or two. Tell Renee and the kids I love them, and her husband. Tell Terry I said hello and we send her love. I hope y'all are all blessed. Try not to get stressed. Try not to let people get to you and you get to people. It's so hard. It's so hard. You try to get through a day and something pops up. It's like a damn, excuse my language, it's like a boomerang effect that comes up. And it's like, what the world? You know, it's like a boomerang effect. You feel like you can't get through it. But you can. It's just a lot of time to yourself and with God. I love you, Joyce. Thanks for being here, and everybody else. Have a good day. Catch the replay if y'all would like to of this video. Be blessed. Bye.